Good morning, YTPC. Northeast Pub UK here. My morning coffee. Smoking my Great British Design Bulldog. And in it, I've got some of the Durham Tobacconists Monster Mash. He just calls it Durham Mix, but we all know what it is now. I've had this tobacco stored in my jar there for about nearly 2 years now. And I'm working my way through it. It's not much left of it now. I've been jarring up my own version of Monster Mash. So what I'll probably do is when that's all gone, I'll transfer mine over from the jar into the wooden one I've got, which has got a built-in sponge to keep it hydrated. And then I'll probably work my way through that and then start another jar and sort of do a rotation, if you like. Give it a chance to mature in the jar and mix in well. I was reading something there this morning which might affect you guys in the States. Scott Gottlieb of the FDA is moving towards a stealth ban on cigarettes and cigars. Now, I've read through the article, and at the moment it looks like it's going to try and target such as flavoured e-cigarettes. And obviously it's intended to ban things like fruit and menthol cigarettes, which to be honest is something they've already done in the UK. You just have to look at even just some of the pipe tobacco, such as the walnut flake has become original flake now. So it looks like it's happening to you guys. After reading the article, obviously it does say that there is a law in place that stops the FDA from banning tobacco outright. But that's not to say that they cannot drop it down to practically zero. It's mentioning flavoured cigars, so that could target the likes of the King Edwards, which sort of are dipped in like a cherry, and also you can get these little vanilla, I think you call Red Devils or something like that. So obviously that's looking like that's going to target those as well. The only time it actually mentions pipe tobacco is that when they start knocking back on this, that obviously people are going to rush to the next best thing. If they can't get the e-cigarettes, if they can't get the normal cigarettes, then naturally they're going to start looking at hand rolling tobacco, and then obviously pipe tobacco as well. So it might be one to keep a close eye on, because you never know. The likes of the Captain Black Cherry, Cold Blood Red Moon, stuff like that. You might get away with Cold Blood Red Moon because it doesn't actually physically say that it's cherry or chocolate, etc. So it looks like there might be some rebranding over the next few years. who knows? We'll have to keep a close eye on it. Something else I keep noticing that's popping up is this thing that over here, which is getting referred to as Article 12, which is an EU legislation that could be coming out, whereby any type of advertising on sort of social media, etc., could be getting stopped. So in a case of people who do book reviews, that type of thing, could be getting stopped. It'll be okay in the States because obviously it's EU by the looks of things, and if we do end up leaving the EU in the UK, it might not affect us, but you don't know. So if this is going to be starting, which is a shame, because I mean, obviously I can understand with knowing sort of artist friends and seeing their artwork ripped off, and people can just go on Google somebody's art and then take it along, get it put on a cup or whatever. I mean, I have done it myself, but when I used to do the candles, but I did ask the permission of the artists that I was wanting to use, because I do follow quite a few on Facebook. But again, there are people out there who blatantly just rip these guys off, so I can understand where this is coming from. But why books? I mean, a lot of authors, a lot of the time people don't know that these books are available. So if you watch, a book reviewer on YouTube or whatever social media site, they give a good recommendation, you find out about these things from that. I mean, I found out about books from social media, and I've gone out and bought them. So, but otherwise, if I hadn't had that interaction with somebody, then I would never have heard of it, never have bought it, and that's revenue that writers and artists need, because let's be quite honest with you, it is a struggling profession. We're not everybody is a Stephen King of the world. So the next step would be what's going to happen with the likes of YouTube presenters like us who talk about tobacco products. Is it just going to be a case of I'm smoking a pipe with some tobacco in it? You daren't show what pipe you've got. You daren't say what tobacco you're smoking. So yeah, it's going to be some interesting times ahead, I think. I've just finished reading 1984, and somebody put on Facebook about recent events, and they put on that 1984 was written as a warning to us, but a blueprint for them. And it is making you wonder. I mean, I heard recently how a judge in America has contacted Amazon, sorry, because there was a murder in a house and there was an Alexa present, and they want Amazon to pass over the recorded information from the home. Yeah. So it's not a case of Big Brother is watching you, but Little Sister is listening to you. It's interesting how I've noticed in the past I could be talking to something about Karen, something I'm interested in getting. Just talking about it, not gone online to look at it. Then I'll go into Facebook, and in my Facebook feed there will be, like, they do the little advertisements, suggested items for you, and the stuff I've talked about is there advertised. And I've said, how the hell are they showing us? Are they showing us this when I've just been talking about it a couple of days ago? It makes you wonder. There's been things about British employers putting some microchips in their employees. It's happening in China. I'm really glad I don't have kids. So yeah, if you just type in Google FDA Scott Gottlieb, probably give you the site, and you can have a real read through it, and but it's happening. Might have to start sitting there and think to yourself, well, how much tobacco do I smoke a year? How many years have I got left? And really racking up that cellar. Strange thing is, I was watching last night on the news, and they were talking about these e-cigarettes, these vaping things, and how they're saying that they are safe, etc. And but again, that's like I said to Karen, how can they come up with that assumption? Because these things have only been out for the last few years, and nobody knows the long-term effects. It's the same as cigarettes. Everybody thought, my doctor prescribes me John Player and things like that, safe for smoke, and then 30 years down the line, they laid on a hospital bed dying of lung cancer. They can't say, how can they come up and say that these things are safe when they're not really going to find out any long-term effects until about 30, 40 years down the line. So at the end of the day, it should just be a case that if you want to do it, you know the risks, and the way I look at it is, I pay into my national insurance, so I don't have to touch any of its services until I'm old and grey. Then you've had your money. You've had your money. So yeah, just a little bit of doom and gloom for you this morning. But I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it closely. So thank you for watching. I hope wherever you are, you're safe, you're well, you're happy. Make sure you enjoy your ball, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.